Hey guys, welcome back. I know it's been a while since I give a proper update about the system, so I bought something cool. It's about the multiplayer weapon customization and loadout system. In this one, I'll cover the structure, logic, basic, fundamental, and how the attachments are managed. A proper tutorial will come later. This is a walkthrough, so let's get started. The idea of this weapon system is pretty straightforward. I use one setup for gameplay and one separate system for the main menu loadout, so we can load and save our weapon on main menu, then use it in the game. I am using two different blueprints, one real weapon blueprint for gameplay and one dummy weapon blueprint for loadout. So it's for cosmetic purposes actually, the dummy weapon. In the main menu loadout, the weapon you see is just a preview weapon. It doesn't belong to a character or it doesn't handle any gameplay logic. It only exists to show the attachments and the weapon details, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. And I use a system where the loadout UI can send a message and any weapon that's listening will react. For that, I'm using event dispatches because in main menu there's no any player. So event dispatches are perfect for it because weapon can handle its own at this point. This way the weapon updates instantly even though there's no character holding it. For the main weapon, since we are focusing on a multiplayer system, I am using rep notify functions. So we can specify a specific character for rep notify function. This allows me to update weapon attachment for a specific player, which is exactly what we need in a multiplayer setup. So we can change server weapon while it is visible to the client. Even both client and the server hold a copy of the same weapon blueprint. For saving and loading custom loadouts, I use game instance. Think of it like a storage box that remembers what attachment you selected. Instead of having one variable in game instance to save and load custom attachments, I use arrays. This variable is a structure that contains attachment variable names, so I can store multiple loadouts just like in Modern Warfare multiplayer system. All the weapon parts are stored in separate data tables, so I don't have to manually place the attachment on the gun. When you select an attachment, the system simply took it up and applied it to a new weapon. Since the setup is not connected to each other, lobby and the character loadouts, I'm using interaction interfaces. Regardless of the owner, I can share data between the weapon and both loadout systems. On the UI side, I keep things clean and simple, mostly button and text. The UI automatically fills itself using data from the data table. So the data is affecting real-time weapon details such as fire rate, ADS speed, bullet velocity and so. So the adding new attachment is really easy. You just need to add it into the data table and fill the necessary details. So overall, the menu, the weapon and the loadouts are all connected through one central system. And once that in place, everything is just work together. With that explained, let me show how it looks and how it works in action. This is the lobby menu. These three characters are for testing purposes. This is my character. When I go to the loadout, you can already see there are three weapons already updated in the system. You can see the custom loadout 1, 2 and 3. These loadouts are the variables that I was mentioning earlier, the structures in the game instance. So I will leave the custom loadout 1 as the default one. Let me go to loadout 2. Uh, These attachments are also coming from the data table as I mentioned before. The names, details and these values, also the images, tags and even the attachments are from the data table. If you need a new attachment, all I need to do is in data table adding the necessary details along with the static mesh So let me go quickly change the weapon details. Right now you can already see when I select the two loadouts, it changes. Let's go to secondary weapon, and here I'm going to the presets. These presets are also coming from the data table. Just as before, if you want to add a new gun, we just have to attach the necessary attachments in the data table, then the gun will appear here. So I will go to this one, and when I change the weapon, you can see the weapon is changed. This is the preview weapon that I was talking about. This is just a dummy weapon, not a real weapon. The purpose of this weapon is the cosmetic reasons. Now let me go to the game. Once I'm in the game, if I pick up the shotgun and I go to the loadout system, these weapons are the default weapon. You can already see the attachments here. You can already see the custom loadout buttons are here. If I select this one, I am generating the weapon that I was created in the loadout, as well as here. So we can actually combine the loadouts in the system, unlike in the main menu system. For example, I can select the custom loadout to for the primary weapon, and for the secondary weapon I can select the custom loadout. And likewise, we can save and load the data from the main menu lobby system to the gameplay system. Right now, let me go to the customization. This custom loadout is a separate custom loadout from the main menu loadout system, as I mentioned before. This I just used the same design. Oh, I just ran out of the time. It's reached the time limit. Let me start again. You already can see, even after the game ends, our saved loadout system is still there. For example, as I mentioned, these damage values, range values, these are from the data table, and these are reflected in the real time as well. For example, this magazine, take a look at this magazine. So 60 round magazine, when I click that, the magazine round increased, and it reflects in the real-time gameplay as well. Let me go to the multiplayer system so I can show you how the multiplayer works. The reason why it's laggy is because I'm basically running two games at same time, so that's not a big issue. The right side is my server and the left side is my client. Now I'm going to the weapon loadout system in the server. You can see when I'm changing the weapon in the server, client also see the changes of the weapon. So as you can see, client and the server both has the same weapon blueprint. It's the copy of the blueprint. Since I'm using rep notify function, I can change its client's weapon type. The client's weapon also visible to the server side as well, even though it's the same weapon. So this is the basic structure of the multiplayer weapon loadout system that I need to show you. There are still some improvements has to be done in this system. I will soon update a proper tutorial in this customization system, and that's the core idea behind my weapon customization system. If you found this useful, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions or issues about the system, you can leave a comment. I will consider those as well. So that's for this walkthrough. More improvements and tutorials are coming soon. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch up you in the next update.